Still I know David, how you back and you ain't kill the bed. I told these niggas back it up, you know I'm out the break. I'm out the cut, my nigga, so you know I'm out the stage. I told that nigga he the real one, cause he hitting legs. Now where the bitches at, the bitches that be on the day. Talking about the thick one.
So in the last video I did about Luka, I was getting roasted in the comment section saying his name was Luka Doncic, but you guys said it was Luka Doncic. That's what I believe how you pronounce it. I'm not saying the best, but I didn't want to really say the last name and mess it up. Well, I guess it's too late for that. I mess it up. But other than that, let's get straight into this new video. Let's talk about Bdotadot5 and how good of a player he actually is and if he's able to play in the NBA. If you don't know B-Dot, he's a basketball impersonator. He's an entertainer, basically, an IG star. But first, it didn't really start off like that. Bdotadot was actually playing in the EuroLeague and the G League, etc. He was actually a good basketball player and he's playing in the collegiate level. Well, now that he got this new fame, this new stardom, he's actually making a name for himself and even trying to play in higher divisions of basketball as of right now. Let's start off with his weaknesses. First thing has to be his height. He's only 6'1". You're not really doing that much at the defensive end if you're only 6'1", let's be honest, and he's quite skinny. I mean, I don't know how much he really weighs, but I believe it's really probably under 180, let's be honest. He doesn't look that big and he doesn't look that athletic. We can tell because he doesn't really go in the paint that much, and when he does, he's just doing some crafty, shifty moves instead of using his body weight, his power, his strength to get past defenders to get in the paint. And another weakness is also his basketball IQ. He doesn't have that good of a basketball IQ. He's not the go-to guy if you're really looking for somebody to pass you the ball in the corner and get you that three-pointer off, because he's not really going to be thinking about you. He's more of a selfish type of player when it comes into the aspect of helping his team catch up from a blowout loss. So that's basically the type of player that he is, if I have to give you only his weaknesses. But if I have to give you his strength, it will have to be his pull-up jumper and his jump off the shot. He's able to get it off whenever he wants, and that's his bread and butter go-to move. If it has to be chosen, whether I let him take a layup or let him take a three-pointer, it will be most likely a three-pointer. That's how good of a three-point shooter that B-Dot is at this moment. We can see that he has the ability to shoot off players that's even taller than him. It really doesn't matter your height. He's really able to get his shot off. Regardless of the fact, Bdotadot, he's a quick off a one dribble, but I wouldn't say he's quick overall. He will beat you off the dribble, but if you are a longer opponent, most likely you will be able to catch up, put a hand right in front of him, and cut him off there. But other than that, B-Dot, I believe that his ability to play in the NBA is really limited. He could and he can't at the same time. It depends on if he builds up muscle, gets stronger, and build up his athleticism and build up his IQ. And if that's possible for him, then there might be a slim possibility. Because if we take into account players like Tyler Ulis, which I would say has one of the best basketball IQs that I've seen for a short player, because mostly people around the height of 5'9", 5'10", they're really selfish type of players, like Isaiah Thomas, Nate Robinson, K. Felder, for example. They're score first type of players. They're not facilitators like players like Tyler Ulis. And for a player like Brennan to even get the opportunity to make it to the NBA, I feel that he would need to incorporate his basketball IQ into his play in order to get more recognition. Because when you're looking for a point guard nowadays in 2018, 2019, you're looking more for a taller and more pass-first type of point guard that are able to develop their team and to build around. Because now the power forward position is changing to more of a slim shooting guard type of position, and also the small forward position. The roles are changing, and players like B-Dot, even though he's a good shooter, he's quite undersized and his IQ is quite lacking. So it only depends on his development and if he wants to get better. But as of right now, I would say that he really can't play in the NBA. But if it comes to how good and what high division that I believe he could play, it would probably be a tier 2 type of EuroLeague division. I wouldn't say tier 1 because that's where basically the best players play if you can't play in the NBA. And B-Dot, even though you're a good player in my opinion, I don't think you're that good to be playing in those divisions as of yet. I can see that you can get your shot off on taller players, you can get it off whenever you want, but it only depends on really who's guarding him. Because if you see the players that B-Dot plays against, they're not really that type of high caliber type of player, and when he goes against NBA competition, he doesn't really perform that well. But other than that, I'll have to say that B-Dot is a phenomenal basketball player and he can prove his skill set if he chooses to. But that's all I got for you guys. It's your boy Davey. Leave a like, smash that subscribe button, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Links should be down in the description. And I'm out. Reroll on this bitch.
And kill that bitch.
Man, she wanna be a rock star, yeah.